Hi folks, and welcome to Truck King. Today we're looking at this, the 2024 Ford F-150. Now this is just a mid-cycle refresh, but Ford has brought a ton of new features to this truck, and I'm going to tell you all about it right now. Let's start by talking styling. So this truck you're looking at right here is the Lariat with the black package. That's why you're getting that nice blacked out Ford logo with the cool kind of white contrast on it. Now the real styling change for 2024 is this coast to coast grille. It goes all the way out and incorporates those headlights. Ford is trying to give the truck a bit of a wider look to it. Now honestly, it's not a huge departure from the way it looked before. It's just little tweaks to make it look a little more modern. And now of course I want to hear from you, so go in the comments and let me know what you think just about the styling on this updated 24 F-150. Definitely the most interesting new feature on this F-150 is back here. This is the Pro Assist Tailgate. Now this truck is hooked up to this Airstream, and that's one of the points of this tailgate is it actually allows you to open up this center door and access things without the door hitting your trailer. So now they've brought a cooler here. You can get in and grab your cooler. And of course, this allows you to get right up to the edge of your bed, so reaching in is going to be that much easier. Now, unlike some other brands, this door is only hinged on one side, so just on the passenger side. Ford says that if you're the driver, you want to be able to come back from the driver's side, get over here and quickly access your things. And then a little nod to Ram here. Ford also added this big, massive center step, so then you can go ahead and get up in your truck that easily. So this is just another take on a tailgate. And honestly, these days, all these brands are really battling for which one of the tailgates can be most convenient and offer the most features. And this is just a different take on that. Is it better than the Ram split tailgate? I'm not sure. Is it better than GM's Multi-Pro? I'm not sure, but it definitely offers more functionality than it did before. It's an interesting take on it, and I want to hear from you. Go below and let me know what you think of the Pro Assist Tailgate. One other note on this tailgate, of course, it is still just a regular tailgate as well, and it is powered down and up, which is pretty convenient. Plus all the other Ford additions to the tailgate are still here. Things like the ruler, the seat clamp pockets, the tie downs, it's all still here. But then when you don't have a trailer on, I wanted to show you, this door opens up to 100 degrees, so it really gives you great access. Again, Ford has brought along this bag of golf clubs here, just to give you an example of the kind of things you can now shove into your bed. And with the hard tonneau, yeah, this is basically a trunk. So really, just more convenience out of the back end of your F-150. Let's talk powertrains now on the 2024 F-150, and there's not a lot of changes. Honestly, the biggest change here is that the base 3.3-liter naturally aspirated V6 has gone away. So they eliminated that base engine option. So the new base engine on the F-150 is the 2.7-liter turbocharged V6, which brings, Ford says, about 15% more horsepower and 50% more torque compared to the NA model. So the base truck is now the most powerful base truck on the market, outside of the Nissan Titan, which only gets a V8, but that's not going to be around for very long anyways. So eliminating the V6 is sort of the big news. There is one other piece of powertrain news. Right now, Ford says that 10% of all F-150 trucks sold are hybrids, but they plan to double that mix starting in 2024. And one of the ways they're going to do it, the starting MSRP on the PowerBoost hybrid will be the exact same as the 3.5-liter EcoBoost, and you can get that hybrid on XLT straight up through Platinum Plus. Now I'm inside this new F-150, and it's not a major change on the interior from the previous year, but there are some things worth mentioning. First of all, 12-inch touchscreen in the center stack is now standard across the range, along with the 12-inch driver info cluster up here. So yes, all of these screens, oh, no key detected. I thought I'd light them up for you, not gonna work. All of these screens, though, are now standard on every single F-150, which is nice. Now, the truck you're looking at right here is the Platinum Plus. Yes, this is a new trim level for 2024, and it replaces the Limited. So the Limited is gone, and now you step up to Platinum, and then Platinum Plus. If we're being honest, I think customers were confused about which truck sits atop the range. Is Platinum better than Limited, or is Limited better than Platinum? So Ford decided, let's simplify the naming convention, because very obviously, Platinum Plus is more than Platinum. So when you go for Platinum Plus, you're getting different materials, and truly the biggest difference is that the Platinum Plus is more chrome and bright work, whereas the regular Platinum is a little bit darker. But you know what? Here to explain even more on that is the F-150's chief engineer. So thanks so much for having us down here, Milton.
Absolutely.
It's been a pleasure to see the new truck. It's actually something we were just talking about, so I just want you to go over it again. Platinum Plus is a new trim for you guys this year, and there's going to be a lot of people saying, well, how do I differentiate? How do I tell a Platinum Plus from a Platinum? So can you kind of touch on some of those things that set it apart?
So let's talk about this truck. This is our Platinum Plus, right? Platinum Plus is our highest trim series, right? It replaces the outgoing Limited, right? So Platinum Plus, right? Platinum Plus will be the only trim series that's actually the only package on the Platinum series that will carry the Platinum badging on both the hood and the tailgate. Gotcha. Also, what you'll see is that this front end is satin chrome with bright chrome inserts, right? The bright work is what signifies a Platinum Plus. The base Platinum will be a black appearance package. They will all have a black appearance package, which in the front, you'll see darkened out lamps. You'll see the same grille geometry, but it'll be a high gloss black appearance, all the way down to the skid plates.
Got it.
You'll have black wheels. So on this Platinum Plus unit, you have bright wheels. The Platinum base version still offers the same wheels, but in a black version.
Blacked out.
Right.
Got it.
Also, in the interior, the Platinum Plus has a unique interior color theme.
Okay.
Our smoke truffle interior, right? On a base Platinum, it'll have a black interior package with blue accents.
Got it. Okay, gotcha. So basically, it's whether you like the bright
dark
chrome or the dark.
Right.
Gotcha.
Right.
Okay, so I mean, I think the other most eye-catching feature you've added to the F-150 this year is the tailgate. The Pro Assist Tailgate, that's a very cool technology. And as you know, all of your competitors have some fancy tailgate, so you guys are right in there in the tailgate wars. So I guess the simple question is, why is your tailgate better than Ram's tailgate or better than GM's tailgate?
It works in all uses, right? So this is the tailgate that is designed for towing, right? In towing, tailgates don't work.
Sure.
Even with the innovation that we've all brought out, there's been shortfalls, right? You can't access the things that are inside your bed. You can't necessarily always open it without hitting certain things. We solved those problems, right? By carefully sizing the tailgate and carefully positioning in the right place and adding the extra details to it, we can use it with A-frame trailers,
Got it.
right? The other thing about this tailgate is it's not just about the tailgate anymore, right? It's really about the whole way that customers can use the rear end of the truck. With the combination of our arsenal of accessories and the Pro Assist Tailgate, we can create form-fit solutions for people who need a quote-unquote trunk, people who go overlanding, right? People who camp, people who use it as a work truck, right? We can form-fit solutions based on accessories along with a better experience because of the Pro Access Tailgate.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, that's a very cool feature. I'm excited to see it out there in the world.
We're very excited to get it out to everyone.
Totally. So talking on towing, certainly caught my eye, because we're very focused on towing on the Trucking YouTube channel, that you guys have actually gone from 14,000 down to 13,500. So 500 pounds has been lost in the tow rating. Can you talk me through that? Sort of what was, why did the tow rating come down? And then actually, I want to talk about the fact that, have we reached max tow on a half ton? Because I think we all know, like 14,000 pounds on a half ton is a lot of weight. I'm not saying I can't do it, but it's a lot of weight. You probably want to think about an HD if you're doing that regularly. So do you think we have hit the max towing on a half ton, or will it still continue to go further?
I think we're about there, right?
Yeah,
so
I would agree.
If you think about F-Series, this is F-150, right? My counterpart works on Super Duty.
Yeah.
Super Duty is purposely built to tow.
Of course.
Right? So the everyday tower most often picks up a Super Duty, right? In occasional towers, and 75% of our F-150 customers tow. Yeah. Occasional, right? And right now they can tow almost 14,000 pounds with today's truck, right?
Yeah.
500 pound, 400 to 500 pound difference in the 24 model year, what's that all about, right? This truck can actually still tow all the same things that a 23 model year can. If you think about 13,500 pounds, what can you tow about that?
A lot.
Behind this truck is an Airstream trailer, right? We can tow almost 2 of those, but you will most often, and actually always, only tow 1, right? What we've really done is we've standardized some of our options, right? And that's added some weight. So the truck has been no different, but we've added, or we've standardized some of our key features, which adds weight, which detracts from towing capacity. But what have we done, right? It's a conscious trade-off, one that we think our customers really, really appreciate. What's really big about the 24 model year is we standardized the 36-gallon fuel tank. Nice. The 36-gallon, going from a 26-gallon to a 36-gallon fuel tank it's a bigger tank, and it's all the way to the fuel.
Sure.
But you get the customer. So we find that the 36-gallon fuel tank is a feature that we have today that a lot of our customers pick up. They check the box for that because they really like the range that you get from the larger fuel tank. You know, you can go upwards of 700 to 800 miles on a full tank with a 36-gallon fuel tank. So that's a trade-off that we made, right? We opted to give the customer standard a 36-gallon fuel tank with a slight degradation in towing capacity because we can almost already tow 2 of these Airstreams. Right?
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's very interesting. And
that's the difference.
That's sort of what I thought is, like you said, you add weight to the truck and those standard features, and that's going to come off the towing. So then, yeah, I think finally...
What's important also is that we still have best-in-class towing.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
We're still unbeat.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, that's important for Ford. I know you guys love having that title, and it's important, you know?
Absolutely.
So yeah, I think the other thing I just want to mention finally is the loss of the V6, the naturally aspirated V6 from the base, and actually on a larger scale, the simplification of this entire truck lineup, right? So was cutting out that base engine also sort of part of that idea of we want to simplify how many builds, configurations, engines? Can you sort of speak to that?
Right.
effort?
So, you know, you heard John speak in the intro about simplifying F-150.
Yeah.
Right. Part of the story of the 3.3 is simplifying our engine lineup. Right. Right now we have, you know, today we have 7 different power packs.
Yeah.
Right. In the past we had even more. Right. So we're simplifying it, and the 2.7 is just the better choice. Right. It's 12% more horsepower, 50% more torque, better fuel economy. It's a win-win for our customer, right?
Yeah.
It's a win-win for us. It's a win for us in that we're simplifying. It's a win for our customer that they're going to get the additional capability, power, fuel economy.
Sure.
So it was the right thing to do.
Nice. And then can we also assume the base price is going to creep up a little bit because the base engine is? I know you haven't talked about pricing yet, but...
Yeah, I would have to check with one of the guys who handles the pricing.
Fair enough. Okay, last question. I always ask this one. What's your favorite part of the truck? Is there one feature that you really love, you stand out, you're so happy you actually got it into production?
It's the Pro Assist Tailgate.
Sure.
Right? You know, we've been noodling over that one, you know, really how to solve the customer's problems, right? It's just not about the tailgate anymore, but it really changes the way that you can use a pickup truck, right?
Yeah.
You know, I'm not a heavy-duty user. I use it for a lot of everyday activities, and now this pickup truck is perfect.
Yeah, awesome. Well, thanks so much, Milton. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Now it's time to look at the most exciting truck in the F-150 lineup, the Raptor. And yes, there are some changes for Raptor for 2024. So this truck you're looking at here is the regular Raptor, not the Raptor R. That means it still just gets the high output 3.5-liter EcoBoost. But you can see right away the styling is changed. We get this updated grille, a brand new bumper down there, which has actually been optimized for approach angle. So actually the angles have gotten a bit better because of the new bumper. And then you're also getting graphics on this truck, which are all new for 2024. But the most important upgrade is functional, and it's a new set of Fox live valve shocks. Now, when you go for the 37 package, and that means you get those massive 37-inch tires, the Fox live valves now offer active compression damping and active rebound damping. On the 35-inch tire truck and on previous Raptors, they've only ever been able to adjust the compression, not the rebound. So when you go for the big tires, you now get a new set of shocks which is able to do that, and that should effectively just mean this truck should be faster off-road at higher speeds because the suspension is better controlled now. And also when you step up to 37s, you get the bumper, you get some of the styling, and you get those Recaro seats on the inside. So they've actually packaged a couple of different things together as well with the 37 package. And while I mention that, I might as well mention simplicity. Last year, there was 40 different configurations of the Raptor that you could put together. This year, Ford says there's just 6. So they really went to the order guide and they said, let's package things together and make this truck way simpler to order, and it is. So the Raptor is the desert-bashing, high-speed off-roader in the F-150 lineup, but this is the Tremor. This thing is much more about going on rough roads, slow speed, rock crawling in the mud. That's what the Tremor is meant for. And honestly, the biggest changes to the Tremor for 2024, you're already looking at them. You get this new coast-to-coast grille. Everything from the A-pillar forward is unique on the Tremor. But yeah, the new grille, you get the bronze accents, and then of course, a 12,000-pound Warn winch, which is part of this whole new modular bumper design. Now this is a dealer-installed option, but still really cool that you can get a winch straight from your dealer on your Tremor. And one thing I like, the camera right in here for the front is incorporated into the Ford badge. Well, because Ford designed the bumper, they actually have a camera relocate, so you don't lose any of that functionality. Plus, look at that. The parking sensors also right up there in that bumper. So this is one of those things, if you went aftermarket to add a winch and a bumper to your truck, you're not gonna get any of that functionality. The fact that Ford designed this means that the truck operates as it should. Now let's talk about Pro Power on Board, a system which truly sets the F-150 apart in the industry because no one else offers it. Now this has not been updated for 2024, but it's still worth talking about because it's neat. Now this truck we're in right here, actually, it doesn't technically have Pro Power on board. What it has is just a 400-watt plug. Now this is basically available on all of the non-hybrid trucks as part of a package. So if you just want the 400-watt plug, you can get it. And then we move up the range into Pro Power on board. So you start with the 2 kilowatt setup that you can get on non-hybrid trucks. And then you step into the Power Boost Hybrid, you get a standard 2.4 kilowatts, or you can step up to that 7.2 kilowatt hour option. And Ford didn't give us a specific number, but they told us that the majority of hybrid owners are stepping up to the 7.2. So it seems like at the dealership, most people are checking that box because, hey, it just makes sense. And if you think you might use the power, you never want to run out of power. So I think most people say, you know what, get the bigger option, and then I know I'm covered. So Pro Power on board, still a really great feature. And now there is something new back here in the bed for 2024, and it's over here. It's a little storage bin. Not something new in the industry. I think Nissan pioneered this over a decade ago, but even still, that's really deep and nice to have a small lockable storage bin just to be able to stash your stuff back here in the bed. And then outside of that, the rest of this bed is basically the exact same as it was. But again, smart solutions like box link, these cleats are actually removable, and then you can add in Ford accessories up there. So the functionality here has only gotten a little bit better with the new tailgate and with that little storage. Here we have another new truck for 2024. This truck is an STX with the FX4 package. That was not offered before. Essentially, it's a down market truck, but you're still gonna get FX4, so you're gonna get added off-road capability. So this is a new package that's available, but sort of like I mentioned earlier with the Raptor, Ford says that ordering complexity has been simplified by 90%. So they truly focused on making this truck just simple to put together with less a la carte options and more packages. Some of the examples you've already heard are 36-gallon fuel tank is now coming to every single F-150, along with the Class 4 hitch receiver, which is now standard across the range. So we actually saw this also from General Motors when they just revealed that new Colorado and Canyon. They talked a lot about trying to simplify the order process and the complexity of the truck, and Ford's taking the same route. Now with F-150 specifically, I would argue this is probably one of the most complex trucks out there because there are so many options. So many bodies, so many engines, and Ford clearly recognized that, listened to their customers, and they're trying to make it easier to buy. It should also mean a slightly higher base price, but pricing will be announced closer to the on-sale date. There's also a new head-up display which has arrived for the F-150. That's excellent, and the only thing I have to say is what took so long, Ford? This technology is by no means new, and it's only an advantage. I don't see any disadvantages to head-up display, and I'm happy Ford finally caught up to the rest of the industry here in 24. There's some other new technology here too I want to mention. The first thing is the new Ford Stolen Vehicle Services. So essentially, if your Ford gets stolen, it will actually alert you on the app that your truck has done anything. Or if your truck even gets jacked up for someone to take a wheel off, you're gonna get a notice on your Ford Pass app that says, hey, something's going on with your F-150. Is that you or is it not you? If you hit no, that's not me. One of the things it does, it will lock the location services on in the truck, and it will not allow a thief to get into the computer and do a factory reset, so then they could turn off the location services. So essentially, they're gonna lock out some features from a thief to make sure this truck can always be found. And then the next step, of course, is Ford will contact your local authorities, get in touch, and they'll take over from there. This is, it's just the next evolution in anti-theft devices. Again, anti-theft, nothing new in vehicles, but Ford has obviously seen how their vehicles are being stolen, and this is a reaction to that. Now, Ford Stolen Vehicle Services will be built into the truck for 1 year, and then beyond that, it will be a subscription-based service. That's pretty cool. And then I also have to go down the list of standard features which are here for 2024. And yes, these will come on every F-150. Things like automatic emergency braking with pedestrian detection, blind spot assist with cross traffic alert, reverse brake assist, a lane keeping system with lane departure, and a new feature you've probably not heard of, exit warning. Essentially, if you go to open your door and the truck sees a cyclist, a pedestrian, or another vehicle approaching the truck, it will chime at you to let you know, hey, you might not want to swing that door open because something is coming. So yeah, even more technology here, and more importantly, more standard safety has been built into the truck. Well, folks, we are coming to the end of this one. Now for 2024, this is a mid-cycle refresh, and yeah, this is a lot of evolution, not much revolution, but that's okay. When you have the best-selling truck on the market, it can be a really challenging thing to try to update it because you don't want to mess up a formula that's already working, and I don't think Ford did that. And actually, one of the biggest deals in my eyes is the simplification of the order process. We're seeing that sort of across the industry, so it's cool to see Ford go there because this was definitely one of the most complicated trucks, and they're trying to solve that. So more features, easier to order, probably a little bit more expensive, but more importantly, you're gonna get more standard features too in the base truck. Yeah, I think it's all good things, but of course, I need to hear from you, so please go in the comments, let me know what you think of this updated 2024 Ford F-150. As always, while you're down below, don't forget to hit like, hit subscribe, hit join to become a member, and then come right back here to Truck King to see what we're looking at next. See ya.